Last 4th of July, my brother Gill told me everything I didn't know about ketchup. Apparently, ketchup is really a Chinese word. Chup is the exact same identical Cantonese word for sauce, and ki is Cantonese for tomato. Ketchup, according to my brother Gill, is really from China, except it was nothing like what we think of as ketchup today. Strangely, Mandarin has lost its p sound, so Cantonese, or more specifically, speakers of the southern Min dialect, were the first to have ketchup approximately 300 BC, when texts began documenting the use of fermented fish pastes. They were made from entrails, meat byproducts, and soybeans. My brother Gill is a genius! He told me that the fermented fish sauce was easy to store on long ocean voyages, so it spread along all trade routes for a long time, from China to Indonesia to the Philippines and Malaysia, where eventually British sailors around 1700 took samples home with them. And it took about 70 years for all savory and fermented sauces to be referred to as ketchup. Right around 1778, recipes for ketchup began appearing in cookbooks in Europe, and then soon to be referred to as the Americas. It's a fact. I fact-checked what my brother Gill said by going down to the diner on 4th and Broadway and ordering some crinkle-cut fries, and there it was, on every table, bottles of ketchup! Some of the original recipes called for anchovies, mushrooms, walnuts, chestnuts, gills, intestines, shallots, horseradish, white wine, and gooseberries. It goes on and on and on. But my brother Gill says tomatoes weren't added until around 1782 by sailors coming to America up the coast of New Jersey to Nova Scotia. The first published tomato ketchup recipe was in 1812 when James Meeks combined brandy, tomato pulp, and spices, and instead of calling it macaroni, he called it ketchup. Of course, he did call all the tomatoes love apples. As the 1850s, ketchup was being commercially produced, featuring harmful preservatives like boric acid, formalin, and benzoic acid. Then around 1906, Harvey Wiley, the creator of the Food and Drug Administration, challenged the safety of using benzoates as a preservative, and it was banned in 1906 with the Pure Food and Drug Act. So at this point, according to my brother Gill, ketchup truly began resembling what is today a tart, sugary tomato flavor bomb. The recipe went unchanged for about 70 years until corn subsidies in the 1970s slicked the wheels and high fructose corn syrup became the main sweetener. The United States later reduced the funding federally for school lunches, and in 1980 and 81, with the Omnibus Reconciliation Act, had condiments regulated to the status of vegetables through a shady turn of events. My brother Gill says ketchup's not the #1 condiment in the world anymore. Now it's salsa. But when I asked my brother Gill to tell me about salsa, all he did was smile and started dancing.